Ready? Oh! Stop!
You're watching Local News Live, and if you are just tuning in, we are watching the funeral procession on Pennsylvania Avenue for former President Jimmy Carter. You can see the streets are lined with people who've come to pay their respects during his final farewell here in Washington, D.C. I'm Deborah Alfarone, joined by Graham Elkins and Brendan Cullerton. You can see that, of course, the flag draped casket on that caisson, right, Graham? Caisson, thank you.
I believe.
As we watch this somber moment here. Brendan, they are now heading to the U.S. Capitol, and what happens next?
Well, there's going to be a ceremony for the 39th president. It's going to start, it was scheduled to start at about 4:30, about half an hour from now. And, you know, you talk about the somber nature. You see all these people lining the streets to honor Jimmy Carter. Not a peep out of any of them. And, you know, this kind of harkens to a different time in American politics because we're about to hear eulogies from two Republicans. We're about to hear eulogies from Mike Johnson, John Thune, the Senate Majority Leader, Kamala Harris, of course. But, you know, a lot of people can't really remember a time like when we had Jimmy Carter, when he brought us out of Watergate, and many politicians have praised him for being just kind of a man of principle and conviction. You know, we're going to push past politics today in what seems like an ever more partisan Washington, D.C., and we're going to hear Republicans say what they have to say and all of the positive achievements that they can talk about from the Carter administration.
And what's standing out to me is, of course, just the meticulous planning and the pageantry. You know, everything that they're doing here to honor this man. And he really was and wanted to be known as a man of the people. I mean, he really was eager to play down the role of president. Graham, you were talking earlier about how he would wear sweaters and have these talks. He even initially banned the playing of Hail to the Chief when he was president.
Yeah, it's incredible to think. And the reason that he's taking this final journey down Pennsylvania Avenue is because it's the exact same path he walked on his inauguration day. And he chose to walk down Pennsylvania Avenue, the first president ever to do so, to show that he was a man of the people. And it's the same route now fitting for his final trip down Pennsylvania Avenue to the Capitol. And as you're talking about the meticulous planning here, the former president himself had a huge role in this. His niece, Kim Fuller, said that the hymns, he all handpicked them himself. The verses of Scripture he chose because he wanted to make sure that his faith was shining through this ceremony and being shared with the American people. Of course, he taught Sunday school for many years in later years of his life in Georgia, and that's what we're seeing, his faith on full display. A somber but a beautiful ceremony as well, with the sun, low in the sky, illuminating the American flag there, and the Capitol building where there are now a whole other group of people waiting to receive the former president as he makes his trip there, and we'll have the service inside the Capitol Rotunda here shortly.
He'll be lying in state there, followed by private family time. Then he'll be lying in state, and that'll be open to the public. People will be able to come there and pay their respects, much like they paid their respects at the Carter Center in Atlanta, Georgia. About 23,000 people. We saw that